3 things I'm no longer doing now that I am in my 30s when it comes to dating. Number 1, I will not be someone's girlfriend. You will not be my boyfriend. I will not play that game. We're dating, we're getting to know each other, and then it's straight marriage. Like, I'm not being your girlfriend for 3 years. I'm not doing it.
Well, that's too damn bad, because men decide that. Men decide how long you're going to be in a relationship, and even if you're going to get in one to begin with. You have to pretty much get on his page and be of his liking in order to get anything. So yeah, I like how women sit around when they turn 30 years old and they are just out of their value, their best years, and then they start making demands. Like, stop it.
That then brings me on to the second point, which is I will not be introducing the man that I'm dating to my parents unless it's to ask for my hand in marriage. Waste my time? Waste my parents' time? No.
First and foremost, ma'am, men don't want to meet your parents. Men just want to slide in to those sugar walls and they want to dip out. That's just what it is. It's just hilarious because women want, like her, they want men to take them serious, immediately rush and get into a marriage. You're 30 years old. If you haven't got one now, chances are you're not even going to get close to what you want. And like I said before, men don't care about meeting your parents, especially not taking you serious. It's just not going to happen. You can have all the demands you want. Men are not going to give you what you want. That's the point.
And if you come from an ethnic background, you know that meeting the parents is a serious thing. And I feel like I've introduced my parents to far too many of my boyfriends. I have been delulu far too many times. I'm not playing that game.
Exactly Damn it, man. Exactly my point. If you've introduced your parents to so many men in the past when you were in your prime, when you had a better shot at getting something, your parents, they're like, yo, it's not going to work out. Your parents probably even know it's not going to work out. And if you do get married, you're probably going to marry some lame dude, some dude that you're just trying to get financial security out of. You're probably not going to be attracted to him. He's going to be your last option in your DMs, and you're going to end up leaving him. Like, you're still Delulu. That's the thing. You never change. So if you've done this many times, and if you're telling the world this, especially TikTok, that you've brung so many men around your parents in hopes of getting a marriage, that's a red flag. That means that you do not know how to vet, and your parents, especially your father, he should have been vetting these guys from the jump. He should have been showing you what type of men you should go for and helping you pick the proper mate. But most women nowadays in this generation, or just turning 30, or in their mid 30s, or around that area, they grew up with these beta male fathers that didn't tell them anything, that just let them be, were under and pedestalized the mother. And then the daughter comes out like this, and she wonders why she's 30 years old, single, and nobody wants to actually date her. And she's putting this all over the internet. Men really aren't going to take you serious if they see your video. Man, these women just be taking L after L.
I just kissed my headphone. And thirdly, I am not spending over £20 on somebody that I'm dating. I have learned in my reflection that I am very generous, especially when I am in love and I'm getting down. And if I think about how much money I've spent, that includes transportation across the globe, I'm not spending money. Like, if you want to see me, if you want my time, if you want to hang out, if you want to buy me gifts, sure. But I'm not doing that in return. Like, my presence is enough, and that's on period.
Ma'am, you're a freaking genius. This is exactly why men don't take you serious whatsoever. You want a man to completely pour into you completely and give his all and show you things, but in return, you're saying enough is your presence. That's enough. Me being around you is enough. No, taking you to the McDonald's drive-thru, that's enough for most men to get to know you. And that's another thing. You say, well, me spending all my ducats, all my money, and she won't even spend 20 pounds on a date or on a guy whatsoever. All those trips you took around the world, yeah, all those trips on the carousel, all those guys who were sending you in Ubers, you know what I'm saying, who are sending you in lifts just to get you around so you can go at 3 o'clock in the morning and get your brains pounded out by some Chad or Tyrone. Yeah, that's what you've been doing. So that indicates right there that you've been taking these supposed trips around the world, and trips and gifts, getting these from simps and getting flown out. You're not wifey material. This is why dudes don't take you serious, and why you're on TikTok saying, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want. But can you actually get that from a man of value? No, because you just exposed yourself. You just exposed that you were a 304. You just exposed that you take trips around the world and you spend your money on frivolous things. You're not willing to pour into anybody. You're not even willing to give out 20 pounds to a guy that you actually like, and you have to be in love and getting like you said, by this guy. But the thing is, if it's the other way around, if the guy's not in love with you, if the guy's not getting by you, then he should still give all these things. He should still give off the vibes. He should still be as tall as you want. He should still be handsome. He should still have money. He should still do all of this crap for you, but you don't offer him anything in return. You only offer box to dudes that you find attractive. Yes, dudes are going to fly you out. Simps are going to spend money on you, and you're going to continue to use those guys. But guess what? You're going to have to settle for one of those dudes. Because the dudes that were just sending you off in an Uber that cost $7, and dudes that were flying you out to pound you, these high value men, these dudes are not going to take you serious. You're going to find them attractive, but the dudes that are simping, the guys are just like, you're pathetic, you're just giving me your money, you never see me, all of this stuff that she told on herself about, because women will tell on themselves if you let them talk long enough. They just expose how 304 they are, how slutty they can be, how smutted out they get late at night, that you're going to have to settle for one of those pitiful guys that you use as a floor mat. So it's like, you can't win this situation. You can't get any more guys to take home to your parents, and then your parents think, okay, well, this is just another guy that's just pounding my jackhammering my daughter's brains out and not giving her any commitment. And you're going to continue to rack up bodies, be emotionally damaged how you are, and just keep on having these stupid demands and these stupid standards that you're allowed to have, but they're delusional standards because you're never going to obtain what you're looking for. God, man, this is a woman that's from the UK. You can tell by, she's mentioning the 20 pounds. You can tell by the way she speaks, her accent. Dudes out there, like, they're far and few between when it comes to the type of men that you want. So you're fighting for a small percentage of men that just want to send you to Pound Town and send you back to your parents. But women, for some odd fucking reason, they think they can just get this type of guy, demand these things, and then poof, he's just going to show up, come through, rescue you, save the day, check off all your boxes, and put you in a marriage quickly. At the beginning of the video, she said, I'm not going on any dates. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to go out with no man unless I'm going to get married to him. That freaking takes time. So guys are going to have to put you in a relationship first, give you a trial run. They know that, your box been tossed around. So they're going to want to test drive and get some of that milk that was given for free by you, the cow. They want to test that milk out first, test drive you, and see, is she worth it? I mean, no, she's not, because box pretty much feels all the same. And that's one thing women don't know, and we don't tell them, that different, vajayjays, they all pretty much, they're a little bit different, but they're very similar. They pretty much feel all the same. It's just a different chick, a different head, a different set of body, and then maybe a longer hallway. You could throw hot dogs down. So yeah, you've probably had so many hot dogs stuffed into your corn dog that it's a wrap, man. You can't pair bond. You have a list of demands. You're 30 and you smacked into this big guy. So let me introduce you to your future. And you can't even take this dude home. He's not even a dude. He's an inanimate object that you can't even take home to mom and dad. And his name is 2 words, The Wall.
Undisputed, the undefeated heavyweight champion of the world.
Serious. So I talked to my friend last night, and I was asking her about this guy that she had told me that she had met on a dating app. That's where they're the most unserious. Asking her how it was going, and the story goes like this. She met this guy on a dating app. They had talked on and off the app for about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks before he asked her on a date. They were going to some restaurant. I don't remember the restaurant. And about an hour before they were supposed to meet at the restaurant, he texts her and tells her, make sure she gets snacks so she don't bring too much of her appetite, because he didn't intend on buying both of them full meals. Now, I wouldn't have went on the date. That would have been it for me. You can go alone. But that's just me. She continues to talk to the guy even after the date. She said the conversation was okay, but she continues to talk to him. About 2 weeks go by and his birthday weekend is coming up. And so he had been subtly hinting that he wanted to spend some of his birthday with her. So she hesitantly, she said she really wasn't feeling doing nothing with him for his birthday because they haven't been talking that long. And, you know, the first date, which was very off-putting. But she tells him that she can meet him at Firebirds for Saturday lunch and they can celebrate his birthday then. He agrees. She gets to Firebirds on that Saturday and she's sitting at the bar waiting for him, and he comes in and she said he seemed like he got like a little slight attitude. So as soon as he get there, you know, she's like energetic, like, oh, it's your birthday, happy birthday. She gets him a birthday shot. And she said, you know, maybe like 15 minutes or so go by, like the birthday shot didn't kick in. He seemed like he's loosening up a little bit. So she asked him, like, you know, it's your birthday. Like, you don't really seem that excited. Like, you don't really seem like you're in a birthday mood. Like, are you good? And so he tells her that he didn't know if he really even wanted to come meet her because he doesn't understand why she didn't pick. Now, in this, where the Firebirds restaurant is, it's at a mall. So it's a lot of restaurants around. He doesn't know why she didn't pick somewhere nicer, like P.F. Chang's or Capitol Grill is in that same plaza, and down the street is Fleming's. And so he mentions, like, you know, you went with your coworkers last week for one of their birthdays to Fleming's. I don't know why you wouldn't take me to Fleming's on my birthday instead of Firebirds. Come again? I forgot to mention that part of the reason that he knew that she had gone to Fleming's the week before for her coworker's birthday is because she met him after that dinner at a bar. He invited her out for a drink. So she says she goes and meets him at the bar. They're sitting there having a drink. The bartender asks if she wants another drink, and she says yes. He turns to her and says, oh, well, I only invited you out for a drink, so if you get a second drink or anything after that, it's on you. Okay. Now, this is where I told her she messed up, because after that, why would you be doing anything for this man for his birthday? Girl, I guess. He also says, and then you text me this morning to tell me happy birthday, and I told you I was on my way to get my haircut, and you didn't even offer to pay for my haircut for my birthday. Sis. And I'm talking to you, young man. Y'all, the sassy men apocalypse continued.
Well, of course, women are going to call it the sassy men apocalypse because they have to come up with buzz terms for things that they don't like. But what this man in this example with the birthday that had these demands of this woman that she's referring to, what he did is something that's very old, that's been going on for a long time. My friend actually used to do it to women, and it's called mirroring. And what it is you mirror the behavior of a woman and you act that way when you interact with them. But the thing is, women are not used to men actually doing and operating the way that they operate. They're not used to getting that reflection, looking back at them and being mirrored. So my friend used to do the same thing back in the day. He used to mirror a chick's the way she had, you know, carried herself, had an attitude with him, did certain things with him. And the difference between women back then and women now is the women back then, they would either notice it, change it, and say, damn, this is probably how I act. And they would change it and become more feminine, or they would get upset and they would walk away. Not these women. These women want to get on TikTok. These women want to get on live. They want to get on IG, and they want to complain about it. They want to complain about the mirroring. But what does that tell you? What does the mirroring tell you guys? The mirroring is telling you that men are starting to not take situations, dating, and interactions with the opposite sex as serious as women do nowadays. So men are pretty much doing the same thing, and it's a tit for tat effort. So women aren't taking it serious. They have demands. They think that, you know, just bringing their cell phone and their presence to the table is enough. Men are starting to reflect and say, you know what? I'm going to play the same game. I'm not going to put everything on the line, because men, they used to do that. They used to put everything on the table, even for ungrateful women back in the days, hoping to get the best outcome, hoping the woman would change, you know what I'm saying, or the woman wouldn't flip on them. But men are like, you know what? Women have demands. Women want this. They ask me these stupid questions. I'm going to start asking them questions. How come you didn't get my haircut for my birthday? This is my birthday coming up. How come you didn't take me to Fleming's? How come we had to go to, you know, this fried chicken spot? Men are starting to mirror and show women the reflection of their wants, their desires, and what they, truly want out of men. So men are doing the same thing. So this is just common mirroring, and women hate it. That's the difference. Women cannot stand this. So what do? They call men sassy. They say this is a sassy man apocalypse. It's not a sassy man apocalypse. Men are just adjusting, because what do? We adjust to the dating market, as we've always done since the beginning of time. We have adjusted to how women operate, and men are just not taking it as serious. And women are like, well, if the men aren't taking it serious, I don't want to take it serious. I want to take my time. You notice that the woman mentioned the guy wanted to go to Fleming's, or he wanted to go to a certain place, and she was like, well, I've only been talking to him for a couple weeks. I don't really know him like that. Oh, it was about the birthday. Oh, he hinted that he kind of wanted to spend a little bit of time with her, or some of his day on his birthday with her. But she was like, well, I really don't want to spend that much time. I don't really know him like that. Do the reverse, the flip. If a guy was to say, I really don't know you like that, it's been only 3 weeks, a woman would be like, well, it's my birthday. What do you mean? He literally mirrored and took those aspects and those things that women, jar on about, and he used it against this woman in this situation. And it's absolutely hilarious just to see them like a fish out of water. Their facial expressions change and flip when they see that men are mirroring them. They don't like it. It's like, why is he doing it? This is what I do. I can get away with this, but men can't. They have to pour into me, have to give me their all. Not anymore. So guys, let the sassy man apocalypse commence. Continue to do this. As long as you're not acting like a girl, as long as you're not being feminine or a beta male, and you're not crying about it, and it's subtle, continue to do it. Continue to put that mirror up to their face and let them see that reflection, because it's absolutely hilarious. But women, it's just funny to see women complain about things when they're not in control, or they complain about things when things that they do happen to them. They cry every single time because they've been able to get away with it for so long. So do I feel sorry for her, like meaning her friend or her? No, I don't feel sorry for her. Because most women nowadays operate the same way, and men, what do? We adjust, and let the mirroring commence. Let them call you sassy. Let them call you all these stupid names. Let them get upset. It's just them being frustrated because men have figured out this part of the game, this new trend of what women are doing, and just mirroring them. Because what do men do? We adjust, and we push it back in their faces, and we do it better. And then they get upset. And then they have to change it. They have to change the buzz term. It's not going to be sassy man apocalypse in the next 2 years. It's going to be something else. Or women are going to have to force to be changed. They're going to have to force to change their mindset, the way they live, the demands that they have, lower their standards, become more humble pie, and try to give all 100% in a relationship when a man's pursuing them. And then the man can go back to doing what he usually did back in the day, proceeding with caution. And then, not, giving like 0%, but giving 100, and then you guys coming together and seeing if you guys vibe, which is the word, and if you guys actually could be in a long-term relationship together. Actually put in, see if you guys want to date, see how it goes. But women have the demands, and now men are saying, well, women have their demands, so I guess, I'm going to mirror this and have my demands. Have at it. I don't care.
There is some patriarchy in it. There is some misogyny in it. There is a level of sit down, be quiet, do what you're told, and just be pretty in it. There is a level of get up and cook for me in it. You gotta know this by now. Be careful about what you ask for. Because traditional men come with old school traditions.
I just believe that men should pay all the bills. They should do all of the repair and maintenance on the house and the cars. Matter of fact, they should be the one providing the cars. He should make sure that I have all my needs and wants, because that's what real men do. He should help me raise these kids. Yeah, I know they're not his, but he should help me raise those kids, because if he's a real leader, that's what real men do. Yeah, he should make sure that I'm safe and protected. And if the air in my tire is low, he should stop what he's doing and come and put air in my tire, because that's what real men do. Am I gonna submit? No. Submit for what? I'm not his kid. Am I gonna cook and clean? Why would I? I ain't no maid. Am I going to pray over him and speak life into him? He better get his mama to do it. What, I look like a cheerleader? Am I going to make sure the house is clean? And are we going to hire people for that? Am I going to have a baby for him? Have a baby for what? And ruin this body? He already got kids. He need to take care of these kids. Y'all see how silly that sound? Y'all really believe that y'all are going to be able to get these traditional men with the traditional mindsets that come with the benefit, but y'all want to modernize him so he fits into your world. Y'all want the benefits of a traditional man without the requirements. And like my good friend y'all just said, you have to understand it's going to come with some misogyny. It's going to come with a certain level of patriarchy. It's going to come with, hey, that's enough talking, sit down. You understand that, right? And while y'all are so quick to fight the fact that if you want the benefit of men who think that way, you got to also come with the responsibilities. It's okay for you to submit to a man, a good man that is taking care of you and meeting all your needs. You understand it is okay for you to cook and clean for that man and take care of him. I'm finna go in the house right now and take care of mine before he go to work. Because that's a good man, Savannah. You cannot get one thing without the responsibility of that thing. In no situation. So I need y'all to either be okay with the requirements of a traditional man, or I need y'all to stop asking for something that y'all really not ready to handle. Okay, bye.
Shout out to her, man, for understanding male nature, understanding the role of a woman, and shout out to that bitter woman, the one at the beginning of the video that she reacted to. I've had her and this woman on my videos in the past last year, and the thing is, the difference is the lighter woman, the more high yellow fair skinned woman, she's old, she's out of the dating market, she's bitter, and she will not submit because she's been hardened over the course of time. All those dudes, all those Tyrones that ran through her, all of that emotional baggage, emotional damage, all of that inability to be able to pair bond has come back to rear its ugly head, and she has some sort and some type of like vendetta against men that are masculine. So she does not want to be a feminine woman. But I really want to stress this fact and this point. It's so weird to me because women like her understand exactly what men want, understand what exactly men are looking for, understand what men will do and the lengths that they will go to protect the women who can provide those traits, but won't do it. That's why you don't get a man. That's why you have to work until you're dead. That's why you have to retire with plants, cats, and dogs, and you're probably going to be on the street and one of the a homeless woman, one of the cat ladies on the street talking to herself, pushing a cart. You're probably going to end up like that, all because you simply understand men, but you're not willing to give men what they want, and you can't get the type of men that you want to give you what you want. So you're old, jaded, bitter, cat, dog, bird lady, vacuum lady, you know what I'm saying? All of these stupid things, drill master lady, sex toy lady, like nobody even wants to slide on this woman. So what does she do? She spends the rest of her days miserable talking about patriarchy, talking about misogyny, talking about shut up and go cook. All the things that will make a man that she would actually be attracted to when she was younger, if she could lock someone down and had value. Now she complains about it because she can't get the offer from those type of men. So what do women do when they hit the wall? They smash it full speed at 150 miles an hour. They complain about the type of men that they can't get, and they complain about the components, and they complain and demonize the genetic biological makeup that a man requires and wants in a woman and his role, because she can't obtain the type of man that has those things. This is very simple once you break it down to the bare bones. Once you understand and do many of these videos, you learn more and more and more. And I'm not saying I haven't learned anything. I've learned so much just doing these videos, just seeing these women over time and time again show up on my videos and just let them talk. Letting them talk, letting them tell on themselves, and understanding how silly and ridiculous they sound because they could not attain the man or retain the man when they were younger. They can't attain a man now, especially that woman, especially that first woman, that fair-skinned woman. She can't get a dude to dookie on her, bro. She can't get a dude to pull his willy out and slap her in the mouth with it, bro. It's difficult. It's hard to look at her, bro. She's like a mix between George Foreman and Sludge or whatever from the Goonies. Like, she's a mix between those two. And Popeye the Sailor Man, Stone Cold Steve Austin at his age now, Bill Goldberg. Like, it's hard to look at. And then she got that pirate rap on her head. It's hard to look at those women. And I promise you, these women like this, they get stressed out. They talk about misogyny. They talk about men. They all have Jada Pinkett Smith syndrome. For some reason, if you snatch that popcorn bag off their head, if you snatch off that shadoodoo rag, they all got fucking alopecia. Like, where did that come from? That came from your decision making. That came from your stress. That came from you hitting the wall and not having no occupation, no hobbies, no man, being unfulfilled and living in misery the rest of your days. Talk about how men are misogynistic, how men are demanding this, and how it's so bad that you have to tell the new generation of women, you have to scare them off so they can end up falling off the ladder and falling out of the dating market and withering away. Because single women, they always keep women single. And women that are bitter and jaded, they always try to promote this bitter hatred and jaded attitude to younger women so they can cling on to it and begin to hate men. But that's just how it goes, man. That's the end of the video. Like, comment, subscribe. My nose is itching. I don't sniff. I'm not on coke, I promise. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Maybe this fan right here, but make sure you guys like the video. Sub to the channel with post notifications on. Make sure you guys comment for the algorithm. I am shadow banned. If you guys want to donate, Cash App is in the bio. You don't have to if you don't want to. And I'm gonna keep on pushing out these videos because I know you guys like them, and a lot of guys, they're seeing this and they're like, I'm getting my passport. Do it. Stop messing with women in the West, man, because at this point they're no good for you. But I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace.